On August 17th, Cass Lake Bena School Board voted to authorize a referendum vote in the amount of $39,750,000. In this proposal, we would be asking to build a K-5 elementary school on the same campus as our high school and middle school. Education has evolved over time, and the way that we work with students, the way that we teach students is different than it was 30 or 40 years ago. Our existing elementary school, while it is solid, there are no breakout spaces. There's no place to do small group instruction. It's very crowded.
Boilers, things like that, all of those infrastructure pieces in the current elementary school need some work if we're going to have the current 450 to 550 students that we have in the building.
Currently, our fifth graders are at the middle school, and we've known for a number of years that that's really not a good fit for our middle school students developmentally.
Research tells us it's best for fifth graders to be with elementary. We want that back. So the building that we're proposing would incorporate the fifth grade, and it would be a K through 5 building.
When you go over to the elementary and you watch the pickup and drop off, and we have parents merging in and out and kids running in and out, you're seeing families, cars, and buses in competition for space, and it's just not safe. The existing ALC building is in rough shape. It's not up to code in any way, shape, or form. It's not handicapped accessible at all. We don't even have the door buttons to allow people to come in and out.
Current numbers that I have is that it needs about $15 million of renovations just to make that building ADA compliant, get it up to snuff, seal cracks in walls, make sure that it's safe.
ALC BRC building here, there's no sprinkler system.
Bugs and rodents that kind of infest the area. I have a sticky trap under my desk right now, and it's full of spiders, but we pulled mice out of here, and that's not a healthy or safe environment for any people that are in this building, and we have kids in this building. The building has asbestos tile, and it has asbestos wrapped on the pipes, and bringing those things up to code are very costly.
The problem is that building's $18 million itself. That's what it's worth. $15 million of $18 million. Minnesota Department of Education won't even look at that. They won't allow that to happen.
So what's happening is anyone that has mobility issues is unable to access any of the services and programming, and that includes the ALC, it includes the Boys and Girls Club, it includes any meetings that take place from the community in our building.
We would renovate the current elementary building to fit the needs of that building. When I first got here, we were serving 8 to 9 children in special education, 0 through 4 years old. Currently, the way it sits, 47 kids in special education. Over almost half of our kiddos in our preschool program. That means we need help, we need space, we need resources, PTOT services, we need adult family education. So this building would be renovated to fit those needs. It would also house our ALC students, so we wouldn't need to renovate the building over across the way. We would also have our Boys and Girls Club and a community space here, and the district resource office would be here, the district office people would be here, superintendent's office would be in this structure. Again, just renovated enough to hold that many students. That means we wouldn't have to do major boiler upgrades because we wouldn't have that many people in the building at the same time. It can keep up.
I taught at the high school for 18 years here at Cass Lake Bena. I was a principal as well at the middle school. A total of 23 years as a professional here before I left and then came back as superintendent. When I was teaching, I would take my kids out into the hallway. I'd have some in my classroom and some in the hallway to do small group work because we just didn't have any dedicated space for that. Space is an issue. We know that when kids have the right space around them, that they do better. If approved, of course, this would impact our taxes.
Now, as far as the funding of this process, on our website we have a couple great resources. You'll see a one-page document on that tells you about the referendum, the ask, the money, the dollars, the date, all of those things are going to be on that document. There's also a one-page what you need to know about it. You click on that button, but more importantly, there's actually a tax calculator. So if you want to know your own taxes, you can click on that and you can find out your information. So I encourage you to talk to your county tax assessor, get a hold of them, find out what what the ask is of your particular property, because it's going to be different for everybody depending on what you're looking at. If you own a business, if you own a resort, if you are a residential owner.
On the average home in the district, it would be about $18.33 or so per month.
It is true, the majority of this is going to come from commercial industrial property. But even with that, we have the pipeline going right through our public, right through our school district, which means that over 50% of the entire project at the end will have been paid for by the pipeline project.
You know, we talk about planning for the generations ahead. That's what this proposal does. It plans for those generations to come and prepare them to take care of us when we get old.
This is an investment. We know that the school is the heart of the community. In this building alone, I have the pleasure of serving 110 staff members, almost 500 kids, depending on the year. And I have that pleasure of being able to serve in a way that changes communities. This is an opportunity for voters to go to the booths and say, hey, what do you want? It's your choice as voters to do what you need to do and what you think is best. But we are asking that these dollars be invested in our children in order so that we can, again, produce kids that have no limit, that they have every opportunity in their life to succeed. And right now, they are limited. We can't give them what we really want to give them. We are at our limitations. And again, I want to remove every obstacle for each one and every one of our students so that they can meet their success.